Man, there really are some pessimistic people on the internet. I finished the book of Boba Fett, chapter 3, the other day, and I went on YouTube to search up a review because, I had my thoughts and opinions swimming around upstairs. I wanted to see what other people thought, and I was genuinely appalled. I was absolutely horrified to see so many videos of people just ripping this, not just this episode, not just this character, but this entire series apart. Like, they are going hard, man. They are not letting this show slide at all. Get this. There are people who just post an image and then they just talk mad shit about the show. And it's posted before the episode even airs. What? Why would you do that? That is so pointless. Anyway, Boba Fett is amazing in this show. I mean, really, you need to look back at who Boba Fett was. I feel like the boomers really do glorify him with nostalgia. I mean, this dude had 2 lines in the original trilogy, and he was completely irrelevant. They're fleshing him out. They're giving him a character. People are so mad. People are big mad online. It's hashtag not my Boba Fett. Well, dude, your Boba Fett was literally a skeleton. He didn't have a character. He was some no-name bounty hunter who had a couple of lines, acted all mysterious, and wore a helmet. Now we're finding out who's under the helmet. We're finding out that this guy does have a sense of humor. We're finding out that actually one of the best parts of the show is how they reference Return of the Jedi. You realize, you guys remember back in Return of the Jedi when Boba Fett and Luke Skywalker were having their little battle on top of the Sarlacc pit? Boba Fett pretty much got stomped, and that's why he sucks so bad at combat. People online, the little Star Wars cool to hate on everything, the little edgelords are typing in well, Boba Fett's getting his ass kicked, man. This isn't the Boba Fett I remember. Dude, go watch that battle scene in Return of the Jedi. He got stomped. It's no wonder he needs help, and he's healing his injuries. This dude got fucked up, man. He's injured, he's older, and to top it all off, he was never that good of a fighter to begin with. Now, let me explain the true genius of the Book of Boba Fett. Let me explain why 90% of the audience isn't understanding the really in-depth character work that Disney, Kathleen Kennedy, and Jon Favreau are really putting on full display here. It takes an extremely high IQ to observe the minute details and the amount of depth they're putting. It's staggering. I've rewatched chapter 3 4 different times, and I'm still picking up on new details. Basically, what you have to understand is the Sarlacc pit being almost digested by this monster changed Boba Fett's life. Up until then, he was a ruthless killer. He was a mercenary for hire. He was a bounty hunter who only cared about the coin being deposited into his account. Well, where did that get him? Almost eaten, almost digested alive by whatever putrid little stomach acid that Sarlacc was about to engorge him with. So he fought his way out in a dying, literal last-ditch attempt to save his life, and he has a new perspective on his existence. He's taken prisoner by Tusken Raiders, but we see it in the first episode when he fights them and then ultimately chooses to befriend them. He has nowhere to go. This is a clean slate for him. This is exactly what he needs. He realized the wrongdoings he had committed. This, ladies and gentlemen, if you hate Boba Fett, if you hate what they're doing to his character, pay attention. This is what we call character depth. Yes, you're correct. He's no longer a barely talking bounty hunter who has a few throwaway lines. This dude is a person, a clone, all right? He's got an in-depth backstory. Episode 2 focuses on him building that relationship up with the Tusken Raiders, becoming one of them. He was going to live out his days as a Tusken Raider. Boba the Tusken. Right? Like, come on, man. He was going to be out there in the sand dunes, hanging with the people, petting the banthas, teaching them to ride speed bikes, probably smoking weed with them. You know those Tusken Raiders hit the bong, man. They already had these fucking lizards that went up your nose. You know they're into some hardcore drugs and shit, man. Yo, I would pay to get fucked up with some Tusken Raiders. Like, just as an aside, like, imagine getting baked with a group of Tusken Raiders and they do that little squeal. Oh my God, that's bucket list tier for me. That's bucket list tier. Disney needs to put that. They need to put an interactive bowl smoking to get lit with Tusken Raiders at Galaxy's Edge over at Disneyland. That'd be fucking amazing, dude. But as an aside, let's focus on what they've done here and the character they've built. Because they did not just make him a passerby, a no-name who is a blank slate, okay? He's got a sense of humor. In possibly the greatest scene in Star Wars history, and yes, I'm including Babu Frick, this man describes very aptly in 3 words what it's like to ride a speeder to the Tusken Raiders. Like a bantha. And Disney knew what they were doing. They have made a meme. This guy's fucking hilarious. Shocking, I know, to all the little edgelords who want to pretend like Boba Fett is just this emo bounty hunter who's harboring scars underneath his wrist armor and long hair covering his eyes. Like, no, that's not Boba. That was never Boba. They are showing us the true depth of his character. And then, oh my God, you guys are about to call cap. Don't you dare call cap on this. I cried in episode 3 when he came back upon the Tusken camp to see all of his Sand Raider friends dead. Oh my God, I was in tears. I had to pause the show. My wife had to hold me. It was terrible, man. I was a mess. I was a mess. I watched this shit early after it debuts. I had to call in sick to work. I couldn't do it. I had to call out sobbing because Boba's friends, the one true family he had, were completely massacred. How disgusting. But again, this was his family. This is adding to the characterization. And then you get to the current plot, which is even better. I didn't think it was going to be possible to top the Tusken Raider butt buddy plot, but holy shit, they did. They did. The inner politics between the twins, the mayor, and Boba Fett being the new daimyo is amazing, man. We're getting some of that political flair back. It was missing in the sequel trilogy. You guys remember the prequels? Man, forget the lightsaber battle with Darth Maul. Forget Mustafar. Forget Duel of the Fates. The best parts of those movies were in the Senate. The opening scene of episode 1 sets the pace so dearly, with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon going to secure a trade agreement and resolve a blockade. That's what Star Wars is about. That's what I watch this shit for. It's amazing. It's so enthralling and in-depth. The action is just, whatever. But again, it has plenty of action too. And the mod kids from episode 3 are amazing. Seriously, every single one of them, future legends in the Star Wars universe. That chase through the city was amazing. It was shot so well. Like, honestly, I'm not bullshitting you. I legitimately think this could be up for an Emmy, just regarding the camera work. It was astounding. It's astounding, and every episode gets better. A lot of people say it peaked in episode 1 and then they lost interest. I do not get that at all. Finnick is such a good character, showing that women can be strong and true, and, she's still at a man's side, of course, but, we're going to ignore that. She's a very strong woman, and she represents the female minority incredibly well. We get the 2 Gamorreans, the 2 guards representing obese America in the show. Everybody's getting representation here, and I love it. And I can't end the video without stating my favorite part of the show. Certain scenes have been great, but my favorite is every time Boba Fett takes off his helmet, because we need to be constantly reminded that this man has a face. He has a soul. He is a person, just like Anakin Skywalker. It's amazing. I think the helmet should be done away with completely. This man is the new Boba Fett. And unfortunately, a lot of the Boba Fett boomers are refusing to accept him. They're out here perpetuating trash on the internet, talking shit about a character that's been given more depth in 3 episodes than a lot of characters in the Star Wars universe have been given over trilogies. So honestly, I'm speaking right now to the Boba Fett haters. I'm blocking out your negativity. This is the greatest show that I've seen all year. And I challenge you to look inwards into yourself and ask yourself, are you projecting any of this negativity that you have and maybe what is actually self-hatred onto the character of Boba Fett? Onto the show, The Book of Boba Fett? I think that you might find that you are, and that is just sad. Join me in worshiping the greatest show we've ever seen this year, and enjoy who Boba Fett not only is now, but again, this is who he was all along. You just need to accept it.